Hello, can you introduce yourself for me, please?
Yes, I'm Ian Davis. I'm the Programme Director for Citizen Focus in North Wales Police.
How is North Wales Police using the web to engage directly with citizens in their neighbourhood?
We're doing it in two ways, really. The first thing we're doing is we're engaging in local communities on Facebook, and that's specifically with our community beat managers and our police CSOs engaging with the local community to find out any issues and needs they've got. The second aspect is we have a new approach to finding out priorities for local, the public in general, and that's Balance Your Bobbies. It's a website that we've just launched, www.balanceyourBobbies.com.
Balance Your Bobbies?
Balance Your Bobbies, yeah. It's basically a initiative to point out that police officers are a finite resource, and hence we would like the public to be able to balance the final amount of community policing for us, basically, and really tell us what the issues are important to them in their communities, hence balance the bobbies in their communities.
And what sort of size communities are we talking about?
I mean, we're talking it down to ward level, so, you know, we're talking about villages, effectively. Ward level in North Wales is up to about 250 sort of wards. So it's villages, it's very small towns, bigger towns, even cities.
So you could be talking about 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people, or...?
Oh yeah, I mean, that'd be the maximum. That'd
right.
certainly be like a city, and then it would go down to something like maybe 40 to 50 people. You know, so what are the issues in that sort of a ward that really affects people? What are the type of things that we should be concentrating on?
So how does Balance Your Bobbies work?
Effectively, they're invited to go. They go to the North Wales Police website, or they can go to Balance Your Bobbies directly. They can Google it, or they can pick it out from things like we have a breakout web to our web presence, which is a glass, which is the cops in Welsh, effectively a glass, the cops, and they basically put in their postcode. They're invited to do it once a month,
right?
Because it captures the IP address, or they can do it from libraries and various school establishments. And at that point, they get a bunch of options, which are priorities, and they can select some slider bars as to drag the slider bar over, which turns out to be a Bobby's helmet, as to the priorities they're interested in. And at the end of the month, that survey closes, and that information gets delivered to the local district inspector, who can make some fundamental, operational decisions as to how we can change the way in what we do to affect those priorities.
So the site averages out what people most want.
Absolutely.
And then that local police officer will say, okay, then we're going to worry about speeding on that corner, or we're going to do you guarantee to pay attention to them?
Well, that's the job. I mean, this is over and above normal policing. Obviously, all the other policing happens, so we have to do all the other statutory things that we have to do. But in terms of community policing, there's an aspect there that we can concentrate on in terms of what the specific community needs are in an area. And that gives us a really good indication in terms of improving confidence and engaging with the community. Very much, you said, or you asked, so we have done. And then the inspector can then put on that ward's website, you asked for this, as a democracy, if you like.
Yeah.
Even if 10 people asked for it, or 5,000 people asked for it. Basically, you've asked for this, and we have done this. And the next month, a new survey begins, based on the priorities that are most popular last month, and hence it just keeps on going.
That's really interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see how people learn that they really do have power, because once you realise that you can directly influence something, I think your behaviour starts to change.
That is the aspect, that we're not expecting everyone to vote at all times, and I'm sure this won't change. This is not going to change the face of policing, but it's basically giving people in an area a direct, at the end of the day, if they're paying for a police resource, it gives them the feeling that they can be able to select what does the police resource should be doing in their area locally.
Lovely. What's the website called again?
www.balanceyourBobbies.com. And there is obviously a Welsh equivalent as well.
Okay, lovely. Thank you very much.
Diolch yn fawr, thank you.